Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, pay to clear the way. A local community league covers the cost of removing windrows from an elementary school. Crowded classrooms, a new survey examines why a record number of Alberta teachers are feeling stressed. And a golden glow-up, a look at the changes coming to the U of A's Butterdome.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
With snow removal problems piling up, some Edmontonians are tackling slick situations themselves. In central Edmonton, a community league says it had to pay a contractor to clear what it called a dangerous windrow outside of an elementary school. CTV's Evan Kenny is there for us tonight. So, Evan, take us through the problem and how it was solved.
Well, Matt, snow was piled high along this street here after graders came by and cleared the road. That snow has now been moved across the road into a field in a pile. The community league says it asked for the city to help, and even though there's multiple signs just like this one scattered around the school, the city said that there was no clear signage and that it was out of its control. Just after 4 a.m., a front loader cleared away windrows in front of John A. McDougall Elementary School. Windrows the city would not clear itself. So the McDougall Community League used the rest of its rink budget to pay for a plow.
I went and checked it out and walked over it. It's shards of ice, sharp and slippery, and you know, grandparents helping their kids get over it. It seemed like an unacceptable situation, and a situation where anybody who could step in to do something about it should.
Parents call it a clear safety hazard.
Just watching other kids fall, knowing that it could have been my son is extremely dangerous. Like, they could have hit their head, and just knowing that it wasn't anything to do with the school's fault. At some schools around the city, the snow is completely gone. Others we visited, like Lenora, have similar snow piles, but nothing like the windrow formerly outside of McDougall. Now the piles are clear, but it remains on the minds of parents.
No parking, school bus pickup zone. It seems like that would be a fairly clear indication that that area should be accessible for all sorts of kids who are actually trying to get on and off the buses.
The city declined an interview with us, but in a statement it says, while we appreciate the community's efforts to address local issues, the city must also advise that residents or community leagues who hire third-party contractors to clear snow on public streets may be held liable for any resulting damage to city property, and that work done requires a permit. Matt?
All right, Evan, thank you. City Councillor Erin Rutherford says a recent social media post about the current parking ban crossed the line from criticism to harassment. She issued a press release condemning what she says is a troubling trend.
Using disinformation to incite rage in folks, that has a direct translation to the safety of us and our families. That's what I'm seeing now, that even 4 years ago I wouldn't have experienced to the same level.
This is the post that inspired the councillor to speak publicly. Rutherford says it falsely claimed she violated the neighborhood parking ban while showing her family home. She's okay sharing the picture now because it's already circulating online. City staff say snow clearing crews have been getting abuse from the public, including threats and a shovel thrown at a plow. Councillor Mike Elliott is a former police sergeant. He says one factor police use to determine whether an action constitutes criminal intimidation or harassment is how it makes the victim feel.
When you start living with looking over your shoulder all the time, and that creeps into, that can cause the anxiety, that can escalate further and further. That's what can meet the threshold here about the intimidation and the harassment aspect.
Mayor Anirniq issued a statement condemning the abuse directed at city staff and councillors. He's calling for civility, accountability, and respect. City Council will soon consider a $6.5 million grant for the Windspear to make up for lost parking revenue at the Music Centre. The Windspear used to earn nearly $600,000 a year from parking. It's building a new parkade as part of an expansion project. The new garage is only accessible through a connection to the parkade underneath the city-owned Century Place. It was supposed to have 142 parking stalls, but will now have half that number, limiting how much money the Windspear can make from parking. The stall reduction is to accommodate a plant for the downtown district energy system required by the city.
There was a time in which we had a model that had 300 stalls, but that's before district energy was contemplated. And then we've been having to adjust ever since in order to make the district energy plant possible, because we are an ideal location for it.
While the city is not legally obligated to compensate the Windspear, the mayor says it's important to support a nonprofit that contributes to Edmonton's culture and economy. The money would come from the city's reserve fund, which is already strained. Council will discuss the grant next week. Police have arrested and charged a man with sexual assault. He's accused of squirting an unknown substance on women at different stores around West Edmonton. Police began investigating after a woman said this happened to her while she was riding an escalator at West Edmonton Mall in late November. Investigators say a man followed several women in a similar way around the mall for about 90 minutes that day. Police say similar incidents also happened at HomeSense in Mayfield Common and Costco on Winterburn Road. 28-year-old Jensen Jeffrey has been charged with 3 counts of sexual assault. He was released from custody and is not allowed to visit any shopping malls, possess any weapons, or leave the province. An emergency room doctor in Edmonton says the public's impression of ER wait times may discourage people who need care from getting it.
There are patients who I would say don't come when they should. There's patients who delay coming because they think it might get better, and by the time they do come, they're sicker than they would have been if they came earlier.
A document compiled by doctors over a 2-week period shows a number of recent deaths and near misses in Alberta emergency rooms. Doctors say many were connected to long wait times and lack of space. Alberta's hospitals minister says while he takes the list seriously, it doesn't represent the norm. Assisted living minister Jason Nixon says work is happening behind the scenes to free up space in Alberta hospitals.
Some of the people we found early days that have been stuck living in acute care beds for years. Long-term, our goal will be to make sure there's nobody in the hospital longer than 30 days, and ultimately that the vast majority of people are discharged within 72 hours.
The union, representing some healthcare workers and staff, has launched a website for people to share their hospital experiences. CUPE is also collecting signatures calling for the Premier to declare a state of emergency in hospitals. The city's extreme weather response is now active. The response is designed to help people in Edmonton escape the cold conditions. Rec centers and libraries will be open for anyone who needs a place to go in and warm up. The response is expected to stay active until next Wednesday. If you see someone outside who needs help, you can call 211. The iconic University of Alberta Butterdome is getting a makeover. As CTV's Erin Rutherford explains, the sports complex is staying gold but going green.
We're excited to see the face of this landmark get the lift that it needs.
Commonly known as the Butterdome, the Universiade Pavilion is getting a new look. Its iconic butter yellow exterior is being replaced. The revamped sports complex will be a mix of green and gold, drawing from the school's colors and the nearby River Valley in the fall. A lighting feature resembling the North Saskatchewan River will brighten the exterior.
There's a nostalgia with the Butterdome, right? The old yellow building, the existing yellow building, and we think that this design is inspiring and should raise that excitement.
The Butterdome was built for the 1983 Universiade Games hosted by Edmonton. It's now a multi-purpose sports facility and a community hub, hosting big events such as Remembrance Day ceremonies and the annual Butterdome craft sale.
There's going to be periods yet to be completely defined when there'll be partial or full closures over the construction period. We're going to do the very best that we can to minimize those.
The renovations aren't just for vanity reasons. One key component of this renovation is student safety. Because of the building's curved design, every winter scaffolding goes up to protect students from falling ice. The school says the Butterdome has seen its fair share of flooding, rusty pipes, and other engineering issues due to its design. The new design will fix that and incorporate sustainability measures.
The rooftop will be covered in solar panels that will generate about 1,000 megawatt hours per year.
U of A students give the new design a passing grade.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, it looks kind of cool. I like the color and the overall structure of the building.
It's nice, but it's probably going to take some time to get used to.
This will cost $27 million, mostly funded by provincial grant. It's expected to be complete by fall of 2027. Naram Nisa, CTV News, Edmonton.
Josh, I love the golden glow of the Butterdome. Not going to be loving the blue and purple we're going to be seeing in thermalcast coming this week, though, with colder weather on the way.
Yeah, these would be some of the coldest days that we've had so far through the entire winter. This would be on par with a couple of days that we had early in December, where daytime highs were around -20, mornings were in the -30 range. Temperatures did start to slide through the day today. We were at -5 earlier this morning. We're at -11 in Edmonton right now. The wind, thankfully, fairly light for most areas, a little stronger there off to the south and west of the city, but after a gusty night last night and even midday today, briefly some gusts, the wind has backed off and should stay fairly light for most of the next 24 hours. -14 will likely come in as the low. That'll be just prior to midnight. Just after midnight and early this morning, we got our daytime high of -5. So this will look like a completely average day, although temperatures this afternoon were already a handful of degrees colder than average, and looks like we'll be about 15 degrees colder than average for tomorrow and Friday. I do think we get some moderation over the weekend, though. Partly cloudy skies expected through the rest of this evening and overnight tonight. A little thicker off to the south of the Edmonton area, but here in the city should actually see some breaks in the cloud at times. There's your cold warning. Cold Lake, Bonnyville, St. Paul, all the way north through Fort McMurray. Wind chill overnight tonight, and then again tomorrow night into Friday morning in the -40s. Actual temperatures will be well into the -30s here in Edmonton. Not quite that cold, but cold. -17 tomorrow morning and dropping to the -20 range by tomorrow afternoon. We'll take a look at that temperature moderation on the way for the weekend in just a few minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. Coming up next on CTV News, classroom conditions, why more Alberta teachers than ever before are reporting high levels of stress.
The government cannot continue to pretend that class size and complexity do not matter.
Thursday in your morning, is AI already shaping your decision-making, the ethics of the controversial technology, and the appropriate way to support a friend if they come out to you?
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
The Alberta Teachers Association says a recent survey is raising red flags about the state of classrooms. It was done about a month after the province used the notwithstanding clause to end last fall's nearly month-long teacher strike. CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti joins us now. So, Miriam, what are teachers saying in this survey?
Well, Matt, the survey found teachers are facing a record high levels of stress. It points to increased classroom sizes and more students with complex needs, creating a heavier load for teachers. The survey heard from more than 5,300 teachers, or about 10% of our province's educators. Of those who participated, the results showed 95% of teachers feel stressed and 94% are pessimistic about the future of the teaching profession. ATA President Jason Schilling says the use of the notwithstanding clause in classroom challenges has demoralized teachers. He says the problems aren't new and the province has failed to make any changes since teachers were forced back to work.
Teachers and school leaders are not asking for sympathy. They're calling for real solutions, including staffing and other resources that match the conditions that they are facing every day. The government cannot continue to pretend that class size and complexity do not matter.
Schilling says the ATA is unable to bargain until 2028 when their agreement is up. The province says it's hiring 3,000 more teachers and 1,500 educational assistants to help reduce workload. Schilling says 86% of teachers indicated no extra staff have been hired at their schools yet. The margin of error for the survey is 1.5%, 19 times out of 20. And the province says growing classroom sizes are due to out-of-control federal immigration policies. It says its classroom complexity and classroom size cabinet committee is reviewing real-time data to place teachers and EAs where they're needed most. Matt?
Miriam Valdez-Carletti live in studio tonight. Thank you. The province says 2025 was a record year for housing starts in Alberta. Builders started constructing 53,000 homes in Alberta last year. That's a 14% increase over 2024, which was also a record year. More than 21,000 were in Edmonton. The province says almost a quarter of all the housing starts in Canada were in Alberta.
We set out to make housing more affordable and to make sure that there are homes for everybody to live in. And when you see rent numbers and cost of housing go down at the rates that we've seen, that is a proof point that that strategy is working.
The province says the building boom has been good for renters, with prices decreasing more than the national average. Nearly 20,000 started building rentals in Alberta last year. Still to come tonight on CTV News, a superstar showdown. McDavid and Crosby prepare to square off before joining forces at the Olympics.
It's nice to answer a question about playing together as opposed to always, playing against them.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Anyone looking to reserve a campsite in some of Alberta's national parks will have to wait a little longer. Parks Canada says the reservation launches scheduled for today are postponed. A technical issue is affecting the website as well as some other government sites. Reservations were supposed to open for Waterton Lakes, Elk Island, and Rocky Mountain House National Historic Site. Parks Canada says it will provide advance notice once a new reservation date is set. I'm sure camping is the last thing from a lot of people's minds, Josh, with the cold weather we're about to have here in the next 24 hours.
Temperatures tomorrow in the minus 20 range, minus 30 range by Friday morning. It will be short-lived, though. This isn't going to last more than 2 or 3 days here at Edmonton. Cloudy skies. You look outside right now. Nice little sliver of gold off in the distance there as we approach sunset. River Valley Sky Camps brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed rider, it's free. We're at minus 11 after starting the day at minus 5. Minus 21 already in Fort McMurray. It's minus 10 in Grand Prairie and Red Deer. Currently sitting at minus 7. The wind is a little stronger outside the Edmonton area. Up around 30 kilometers per hour for Red Deer, around 20 here in east central and northeastern Alberta. So you're already dealing with wind chill around minus 32 in Fort McMurray, into the mid-minus 20s there in the Cold Lake Bonnyville region, and it's only going to get worse as we head through the overnight and into tomorrow morning. Wind chill potentially in the minus 45 range. I think most areas are going to be kind of around minus 40, but a couple spots mid-minus 40s wind chill. Actual temperatures into the mid-minus 30s. Partly cloudy skies in the Edmonton area. As we said, there's a little thicker cloud cover off to the southwest and then to the northeast as well. We'll see partly cloudy skies through this evening, and then that cloud cover should thicken up overnight tonight. So mostly cloudy to start the day tomorrow. You get a chance of some flurries or some light snow in northwestern Alberta tomorrow morning. That tracks south through the foothills down into the southwest corner of the province by tomorrow afternoon. And you can see the clearing that comes in from the east-northeast. So we'll get a bit of sunshine tomorrow afternoon. This next system that drops in, there's some uncertainty with the timing of this. Some of the models have it more like Saturday. This one has it more like late Friday. So I've put a chance of some flurries or light snow in the forecast for late Friday into early Saturday. Doesn't look like anything significant, though. This is the big story. The Arctic air dropping its way in from the east-northeast. Coldest air starts to sneak off into Saskatchewan and Manitoba already by Saturday, and you can see that milder air pressing in from the west on Sunday. Should be back into single digits. So it's really just 2 days of extreme cold, and then we'll start to get out of that. Temperatures will climb through the weekend. We'll be around the minus 10 range there early next week and in the 0 to minus 5 range by the end of next week. Here's what tomorrow morning looks like. Minus 30 range, Lloydminster, Cold Lake, mid-minus 30s in Fort McMurray, about minus 16 for Grand Prairie. Daytime highs tomorrow afternoon around -18. Afternoon temperatures, because most areas will see temperatures either steady or slipping. -18 in Grand Prairie, -30. Fort McMurray, Cold Lake tomorrow afternoon, -31 in Lloydminster, about -18 in through the Red Deer region here in Edmonton. We'll see temperatures slide to around -17 by tomorrow morning, -21 range by 3 p.m. tomorrow, and in the mid-20s by tomorrow evening. Thankfully, wind looks pretty light over the next 24 hours. -20 range again Friday, with temperatures Friday morning close to -30. And there's that chance of flurries for late Friday or early Saturday.
All right, Josh, thank you. The Edmonton Oilers missed another opportunity last night to win 3 games in a row for the first time this season. The Oilers' longest winning streak this year is 2 games after losing 2-1 against the New Jersey Devils. They'll have a chance to start a new streak tomorrow when Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins visit Rogers Place. While Crosby and Connor McDavid will be competing against one another tomorrow, they will be teammates for Canada at the Winter Olympics in just a few weeks.
It's nice to answer a question about playing together as opposed to always, playing against them. My idol growing up, so to be able to play with him and represent our country together on the biggest stage, it's exciting.
I'm very excited to see that. The Olympics with the best players is overdue, and think about McDavid, who's closing in on 30 years and hasn't got to play in the Olympics yet. Is not fair for all the hockey fans out there who should be able to watch that.
Tomorrow night could potentially be Stuart Skinner's first game at Rogers Place since being traded to the Penguins for goalie Tristan Jarry. When we return, grilled cheese gift, how a local sandwich shop is helping the hungry.
Programming brought to you by the Billy Joel Songbook with your Edmonton Symphony Orchestra. Learn more at winspearcenter.com.
Coming up on CTV News at 6, midwives in Alberta say the province needs to increase access to pregnancy care because the wait list is too long. And the Alberta-led initiative giving people a resource to find how some fermented foods can be a benefit. Those stories and more on CTV News at 6 with Jeff Hastings. A new business off White Avenue is feeding more than just its customers. Cheese Louise is a dedicated grilled cheese sandwich shop, and it opened last Wednesday. It has a Feed It Forward initiative. For a discounted price of $5, customers can purchase an OG grilled cheese. A free sandwich sticker is then placed on a board for anyone who is hungry or in need to use.
Just our first week alone, we had over 50 sandwiches purchased, which was amazing. So we're hoping to beat that number every week and, just have an everlasting supply of food for anyone who ever needs it. The reaction that we get from people who need it's incredible. It's heartwarming.
Cheese Louise says it has a no questions asked policy. The owner hopes the initiative might spur other businesses to try something similar. That's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.